Hello, I'm Dan Hounsel, Editor-in-Chief of Facility Maintenance Decisions magazine. I'm here today with Vince Giordano, who is Vice President of Sales with Hog Technologies. Hog Technologies received a 2019 Vision Award in the grounds category, and we're here to discuss the company's winning product. First of all, Vince, could you please describe your company's winning product?
Absolutely. We have created a hard surface cleaner. It's a relatively low PSI cleaner, 7,000 PSI, as compared to some of the other machines that we make, which were 40,000 PSI. But at 7,000 PSI, it's much stronger than a lot of the handheld applicators or wands that you might be using to clean up areas of your facility or your park or your airport.
And how is the product an advance over existing products or competitive products, let's say?
Well, there's a number of different things about our product that give it an advantage. I would say one of the main things is that you can drive it on the highway. It's a DOT approved vehicle, and so it doesn't have to be trailered from location to location, and it can be driven without a CDL, so it doesn't require someone with a large commercial driver's license to drive it around. So transportability is a huge factor that gives it an advantage. Its cleaning power is certainly a huge advantage. 7,000 PSI really allows it to clean up almost any kind of issue you might encounter in most of the areas where you'd find our equipment, but it's not so strong that it might damage a surface of some sort. So those are two of the advantages, and then finally just the ability to cover a large surface area. You can imagine if you're in a vehicle versus doing something by hand, how much more effective you can be.
Yeah. What would you say are the chief benefits of the products for the end user?
Well, I'd say that I'll talk specifically about some of the customers that have them. So we have them at airports. And for airports, they are constantly dealing with spill areas of different types of hydraulic fluid, some staining as long as that staining isn't set. There's the ability to clean that up pretty easily, whereas if you're trying to do that by hand or with a more aggressive process such as a chemical or a scraping of some kind, it just has significant benefits over those kinds of methodologies. Obviously, it recycles the water. So that's a big thing in a lot of areas where we work, being able to recycle that dirty water. And so there's a number of different benefits that, depending on what your environment is, you might need a vehicle that recycles. You might need a vehicle that will vacuum up the water. So that's the other thing, we have vacuum recovery on the vehicle so that as soon as you drive over the surface, it's going to bring it not to complete dryness, but dryness within about 7 to 10 minutes after you've gone over that surface area.
Okay. What are the particular challenges or pain points, let's say, that this product addresses for the facility managers and the users?
So what's interesting about this particular product is the idea behind it came from one of our customers of another product, and it's a gentleman at the Denver airport. And as I mentioned in some of the benefits section, they were struggling with cleaning up areas where their mechanical teams work on other vehicles, cleaning up the grounds. Airports, believe it or not, in some places have to deal with mold issues, and so this vehicle allows airports in particular to deal with those kinds of issues. We also see them at theme parks, so a park like Disney, who has a lot of foot traffic coming through their facility every day and wants to keep their parks as clean as we all know that Disney likes to keep their facilities. So again, this allows them to do that cleaning in a way that's much more efficient and much more environmentally friendly than some of the conventional methods that they have been using. So I would say that it helps them, especially areas or businesses that have large areas that they need to clean. So it's a real headache solver for those kinds of issues.
And so you've mentioned a couple of the applications.
Yeah.
Any other particular applications or anything more about the ones that you've already mentioned that you want people to know about?
Yes, for sure. So we see opportunities for this at service stations. So we know different service station groups, Racetrack, Wawa, Speedway, some of these large national chains that have pretty large footprints of property where you go and get gas. They would be great candidates for a piece of equipment like this. Any kind of theme park, universities, any type of facility manager for a city that might need to do cleaning of different areas of the city. If they do their own garbage collection, we know that one of our trucks is being used in California to clean an area where garbage trucks are kept after shift. So our truck is great for cleaning areas like that. So we see a number of different applications, stadium parking lots, any area that might have a large parking facility would be a great place to potentially use this truck.
All right, very good. I've been speaking with Vince Giordano, who is with Hog Technologies. Vince, thanks for the excellent information. I'm Dan Hounsel, Editor-in-Chief of Facility Maintenance Decisions magazine. Thanks for joining us today.